final recourse against those who have printed vicious lies, me and my family.
Where the news is what we see as a thing of the past.
Do not push me! That's assault!
Some photographers will risk the images they want, while others are just...
If you ever flash these lights at my kid again, I'm going to push your face through the back of your head.
Some stars seem to hate it.
Cheesecake. Hey, you know what I say?
But nearly all have become today's notorious paparazzi.
Leave me alone. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. Yes, sir. Is that Richard? Come here.
It's become an epic. No one can run. No one is safe.
Yeah, do something.
When cameras cross the line.
The only thing that separates a stalker is a camera. Think about it.
Enjoy their public lives of privilege and prestige, of limos, movie premieres.
Celebrities are our religion. I always say the gods and goddesses of Greece because they're bigger.
Thanks to the lens of the paparazzi, what was once only spotlights and glamorous red carpets has become a nightmare of lost privacy.
As worse as our society got a bit dear, as more television shows and more television networks proliferated, anything went, and the morality went out the window.
I think the paparazzi is really intrusive. I think it's a horrible, unnecessary evil.
Take, for example, stars, two-time Academy Award winner Tom Hanks. Hanks and his wife Rita Wilson on the beaches of Malibu, far from the intrusion of cameras. But suddenly, unexpectedly, their tranquility is interrupted by an uninvited paparazzo with a video camera. Wilson approaches the man and tries to shame him into leaving.
If somebody's standing there for 10 minutes taking video, how would you feel?
I guess I'd feel either uncomfortable or I would just...
Time passes and Hanks' camera still trailing their private moment alone. And angry Hanks finally blows his top.
Hey, how classy are you, guy? You got enough?
No, I just want to...
Well, hi, how you doing? You got enough? Move along.
Thank you.
Move along.
That there were a breed of photographers that were instigating.
Did you get out of here? You got enough?
And I know this to be true.
The camera alone, and usually the feeling is mutual. But walking through an airport, the intrusion becomes too much. The actress
Can't see. Knock it off.
And when a companion tries to stop the photographers, the confrontation turns ugly.
Let go of the bag.
Let go of her. Come on.
People don't care. Just get that photo and get that story and get...
For some celebrities, the intrusion can be much more troubling. Currently starring in TV's Charm, of a volcanic temper during her days on Beverly Hills 9. The chanting ballistic, members of the paparazzi began stalking her every minute for her to erupt. Ultimately, their pursuit paid off. And someone made big money with the out-of-control of the Hollywood club. Where once it's famous, it now is turned into a nightmare where celebrities must fight to balance their fame with their privacy.
When they sneak in bushes and they start photoing, there should be a right to privacy in your space, in your world, with your children.
Surprisingly, it was once the paparazzo's job to make every celebrity look their best.
There were always unspoken rules between the media and the people being covered.
Glamorous photos were all that were sold, and the line between a public persona and a private life was clear to both sides.
You don't talk people's sex lives. You don't talk about their drug rehabilitation.
That was then. But today, you become rich and famous. Is that right? How far do the rights go?
They're totally an unethical bunch for the most part. I'm talking about the paparazzi, the stalkers. Miserable human beings. Only a miserable human.
Kathy Lee Gifford has been in a furious battle with paparazzi since her husband, Frank Gifford, was secret in a New York City hotel room.
Was it a morally reprehensible? Yes, I'd say, yeah.
He was set up. I mean, I think even the newspaper, yeah, we set him up because we thought this would be a juicy story.
While Gifford was set up to be caught on tape, the celebrity found himself pushed too far by the stiff. When rock star Tommy Lee married VIP star Pam virtual, but in September of 1996, after years of being hunted down, control outside Hollywood's trendy Viper Room.
Tommy, come on, get in. Tommy.
It was Ray Trappler. Far. The entire episode illustrates the lengths to which some photographers will go to get embarrassing footage and what can happen in the battle. Amendment to the Constitution teased freedom of the press and freedom of expression. Claim they are just doing their job. But the stars say cross the line. Who will win the war of images? Who are the paparazzi and how exactly do they make their living? Both stars and the paparazzi use and in some cases need each other. To what lengths will some paparazzi go in order, and what can celebrities...
Guys, come on.
What are you doing? Brett, would you stop? He's posing!
For the paparazzi, the end always seems to justify the means. When they're determined to be shot, they'll every trick in the book. And worrying about the furthest thing from a paparazzo's mind. For Victor Malafronte getting the job done.
I remember a Robert De Niro party, dragged crawl space in the back of a kitchen, which was going to lead to a dining room where I wasn't invited to.
Malafronte's motives are clear. For someone's privacy, along with a well-aimed camera, is the surest way his photo are taken. Perhaps the best-known tabloid photographer on the West Coast is E.L. Woody. Though most soon, Tom Fett is anything but lazy. He spent the last 10 years in a resemble a war zone. Yet he doesn't actually revels in his role.
We are the devil in many people.
Worry about privacy, he's preserving an American institution.
I further believe that the paparazzi bastions, the last bastions in America.
Living by this unique creed, Woody's a paparazzo ways.
I've jumped out of a to take a picture. We covered Elizabeth Taylor's wedding in a helicopter shot from boats.
Name a celebrity and Woody's probably...
Mickey Rourke, Charlie Sheen, Jack Nicholson's all good. We've done just about anything to get a picture that's legal.
Singer-actress Madonna is one of Woody's favorite subjects. After receiving a tip that the superstar was dining at a nearby restaurant,
I asked Madonna for permission to shoot her because she was just back from London, and that's news. And she says, no, I don't want my picture taken with my daughter.
And whether she liked it or not, got what he wanted. Woody's working day usually begins.
Always go out every night late. The club clothes being thrown out of clubs at closing time.
Tip about a potential celebrity appearance.
Yep. Hello. Hey. Puff Daddy. Sean Puff Daddy Combs. He's still in the news. We're going to try getting him at a party here in at the Wiltern Theater at the Atlas Bar and Grill. They have people everywhere, in every restaurant, every vow all paid off.
Is Puff dead?
Within seconds, Woody spots his target, Sean Puffy Combs, a star simply on his way to dinner. But with a picture and some man.
You need to stay away from the celebrities so we can get there.
You guys get a permit for this public sidewalk, we'll let you know. You
Just step back.
have a permit for the there's a public sidewalk. Get back behind your ropes where you belong.
Stay out here where you belong.
Thank you. I belong out here. Thank you.
Despite the actions of the bouncer, Woody feels triumphant, having captured shots of Puff Daddy and singer Macy Gray.
Thank you for everything.
Plus an Electra showing up for a party.
Mike, Carmen, can we get a couple of pictures?
I can't sign anything, dude.
Carmen, let's get a fashion shot, please. There you go.
Since the night is young, Woody heads to the Sunset Strip to see who else he can shoot.
They may be starting to party early. We might.
But the Strip turns Woody's many tipsters confirms.
Never know.
It may be a reviled and treacherous profession, but E.L. Woody isn't about to...
I do it 7 days a week, 365 days of the year. Because the night you don't go out is the night one of these movie stars kills the streets of Hollywood. You never know.
Is he troubled by what he does? Chasing celebrities wherever they go?
Never going to quit. They're going to have to kill me. I have too much fun doing this.
Coming up, who's using who It's between paparazzi and stars who need each other to survive. A determined stalks down a reluctant Michael J. Fox. This former TV star is taunted into an embarrassing situation. Stars have been pushed too far and fight back. And what happens when Julia Roberts and Pierce Brosnan are caught on tape against their wishes? Find out when we return for more of When Cameras Cross the Line.
I think it's good. I like it with pepperoni.
The stars, personal privacy isn't the only war being fought. A more complex issue, but realize that both sides actually need one another to survive.
The drinks are paparazzis. Why are you filming me?
Because you're a movie star, man.
You thrust yourself out to the public eye. You have to expect that that's what you're asking for it. You want to be an actor, you want to be, that's what comes with it.
Paparazzi is easier, for they know that no matter how intrusive it is.
Sir, you should see yourself in...
Every movie star that the streets out here knows us and is happy to see us because, you know, what are they out on the streets of Hollywood for if not to be seen?
It's a bizarre dance that seems to contradict the notion that cameras cross the line.
You can't live with them, you can't live without them. The paparazzi feed off the celebrities feed off the paparazzi.
Hey, Don.
Apparently, some stars want their fame, but terms.
Madonna, any high-profile celebrity pregnancy knows worth a lot of money.
Ian Woody, who we met earlier, was told by Madonna that she didn't want him to photograph her daughter.
She says, no, I don't want my picture taken with my daughter. The doesn't want us taking pictures of her and her daughter. She sells the pictures of her daughter and Be Fair and several other magazines for lots and lots.
Sharon Stone, whom we saw earlier.
If you don't stop following me, I'm gonna spend my life following you.
Career had slowed, Stone became somewhat more available.
She wasn't appearing in all the magazines, and the other girls were. Actually had the publicist put out the alert. Show up at this event, stop and pose for everybody for as long as you want.
That in order to stay in the public eye, they have to play by the rules. At a New York premiere, Courtney Love is seen getting the red carpet treatment until she does enough to satisfy the paparazzi. Of course, she doesn't want to risk their wrath, so she's forced to come out once more. American Beauty's Mina Suvari is a rising young star who'll clearly take all the publicity she can get.
Most of the young stars, they appreciate the attention, they want it.
Belgium-born actor hero Jean-Claude Van Damme knows the value of the paparazzi. In fact, they helped make his career.
I like paparazzi.
We like you.
I would love to be here.
We love Jean-Claude Van Damme. He is really a nice 14 years.
Love him most. It's like these of Van Damme getting arrested. Has no problem posing for the cameras. This day out to lunch with her, she's angered by the paparazzi. Elle crosses the street to confront the photographers.
Just have with your tie? And then what do you do with the pictures that you have? Don't you feel like you're a little bit like a parasite, like you're making money from other people?
99% of the people that do this would follow you anyways.
Jump in front of you.
I do, that's fair enough. What can I say?
We're trying to be mellow. Friends.
After this little has unwittingly played into the paparazzi's hands.
I'm real tired of these people trotting themselves movies coming out to say, hey, put me on TV, put me saying, oh, I want my privacy, put your camera down, leave me alone, I'm just a private person.
It's a give-and-take relationship, and today, well, it was Elle's day to give. In this bizarre dance, the players, the paparazzi by name.
Thank you. Here.
No paparazzi, no pictures, no celebrity biz.
Come out yourself, I need you guys.
Jerry Seinfeld to stay in the public eye.
Don't you train walking backwards, you guys? It's your whole job.
Jerry Seinfeld loves the camera. When he sees cameras, paparazzi, opportunity, he's not intimidated at all.
We're just going to take a couple, then we'll leave alone.
All right.
Thank you. Great. You're the best.
But you don't have to be a TV or movie star to jump on. All kinds of public figures use the camera to their own advantage. Use the media to promote. Shock jock Howard Stern campaigned for governor of New York, there to listen to every pronouncement.
I absolutely...
And the Reverend Sharpton, once on the political fringes, has used the media's surprising image ability. In fact, the murder trial of the century, the most unlikely media stars of all. former Hato Kalin. Perhaps how having your picture taken can be a most welcome thing indeed. And so at the end of who is crossing the line? The line becomes blurred by the stars who use the camera that suits them for their own good. Ahead, the world's most dangerous stalkerazzi expose their secrets. Noah Wiley is... George fights back when the paparazzi go too far. One state issues a law against the stalkerazzi. There's no escaping the camera. J. Fox, Julia Roberts, and Benjamin Bray, the press. And some stars are pushed over the edge by the invasive lenses of the paparazzi. When cameras cross...
Leave me alone for a minute, please.
Celebrities are, by their nature, the world's... They love to have their pictures taken in public places. But when celebrities say no, choosing privacy over publicity, the paparazzi go across the line.
What are you doing, man? Nice.
On one side, celebrities. On the other side, a small group of guerrilla paparazzi who apparently don't care what they have to do or whose lives they affect when they're after a hard-to-get shot of a private celebrity moment.
Yes, they're parasites, they're leeches, celebrities. You know, I know I should feel a little more compassion toward them, but I just don't think I can.
Russell Turiak is one of the world's most notorious paparazzi.
My disguise is more interested sight, I call it.
That tactic got Turiak an infamous picture of actress Daryl Hannah.
I took a photograph of Daryl Hannah, Jackson Browne, punched her in the eye. I picked up the camera and pressed the button. You know, she ran away.
But more often, Turiak's subjects don't even know he's there. Here, Woody Allen and Soon-Yi Previn seem oblivious to Turiak's lens as they share a private moment.
I prefer that when I get my pictures, they never even know I was there till, when did I have that job? Then I feel that I've done, you know.
Some paparazzi get netting that one shot of a hard-to-get star. Victor Malafronte set his sights on Michael J. Fox.
My specialty was getting up in their faces with a wide-angle person, and I J. Fox a couple of times. He happened to be hot at his movie.
Attempt for paparazzi, and with good reason. They've snuck into his and even his father's funeral, where photographers pretended to be wasn't about to stop Malafronte.
And this time I was going to get him with his son, about a year and a half old. So I went on this big hunt to outdo paparazzi in getting a shot of not only him and his wife, but him, his wife, and his son.
After being stymied time again, capturing these photos of Fox's wife and their baby in front of their New York apartment.
You're chasing around a bunch of celebrities that sometimes want to be photographed and sometimes they don't, so it can get crazy.
Another notorious star chaser is Brandt has been shooting stars since the 1970s for the Los Angeles. At the time, he was earning $300 a week. But when a photo he took of John Ritter and caught the eye of the National Enquirer, his fortunes changed.
You could have it for $50. And he says, well, we'll pay $500 for this.
Lured by the appeal of big money, Brandt became a guerrilla paparazzi.
This type of CIA agent, an FBI, learning how to interrogate.
As a freelancer, Brandt has hunted down these like Kelsey Grammer, returning from a boating trip.
One time I did dress up as a waiter to get into a wedding. I'll do whatever it takes to get a picture that's as long.
In technology, it's become frighteningly easy for a paparazzo like Brandt to get his pictures around the world. He recently took these clandestine photos on the set of her upcoming feature film, Charlie's Angels. Popping his negatives into a digital scanner, he only needed 30 seconds to download the image. In less than an hour, 20 different magazines around the world had these exclusive pictures, even before the star knew she had been shot. Brandt insists he's never broken the law to get his photos, to going around the law.
George Clooney was flying to Mexico. It was just after filming Batman. He had guns guarding the compound.
Yet Brandt checked his fear and his scruples at church in order to snap these very private photos of Clooney's Mexican holiday. As this may sound, Brandt has sunk even lower to get a good shot.
Radio in Puerto Rico. I figured out a way that might work in a hot tub. Funny.
There's speculation that Brandt may be the highest paid paparazzi working in Los Angeles.
I got a tip from a source who told me that nation in Bora Bora. They had rented a $1,000 right off the beach.
Brandt flew to Bora Bora and rented the bungalow right next door.
From my window, I was just taking pictures of them on the beach. Cost me with airfare and price of the hotel and everything, but again, I'd probably tripled what I put into it as well.
As this clandestine, Brandt continues to push the paparazzi envelope.
Tom Cruise is going to do a cliff-hanging scene in a Utah park.
Sneak in because the Mission Impossible set was closed. However, after nearly 4 hours of rock climbing, Brandt found a spot and settled in to stalk his prey. So did Peter, and so did his camera. Focused on Tom Cruise.
And at one point, with my lens there, it made a reflect, and Tom pointed. I wasn't sure what the reflect. I would shoot pictures of him doing his scenes.
Although Peter would not reveal exactly what he earned from these exclusive one-of-a-kind photos snapped from his secret hiding place in the middle of a dried-up Utah tumbleweed, he does admit a generous amount of money, all without the star's permission. Is that right?
I have a job like anybody else, and I don't do it illegally. And I think this is a free country. People have the right to do what they want to do, as long as they don't hurt anybody. People still want to know what celebrities, what they're up to. And I'm just an instrument to give what people want.
These guerrilla paparazzi, their livelihood.
We're photographers, we're doing a job, we're middlemen. We're providing with images that they want to see.
And what the public wants to see, and almost always the most exclusive shots, are captured by the paparazzi.
Cool with that paparazzi word, but you know what the word means?
No. Coming up, the world's biggest stars finally fight back. Harry's secret wedding. Julia Roberts confronts the paparazzi who chase her. Kathy Lee Gifford is disgusted by the paparazzi and their profession. Woody Harrelson gets to catch his family. Still ahead when cameras cross the line.